Welcome to the Virtuology series. In this first episode, you are going to find out what great benefits are awaiting you from this cultural and transformational program. It is designed to help you raise your consciousness with virtues and so provide great empowerment for well-being, happiness and success in all fields, progress, peace of mind, complete freedom, transformation, breakthrough to a higher, greater level of existence, as well as prevention and solving all problems, including with health, business, finances, and relationships. We are pleased to announce that this is a turning point in your life. What you are about to discover in the Virtuology program will transform your life. It will empower you, enlighten you, and facilitate the lasting lightness of your being if you allow it. The ultimate intention of Virtuology program is to enable you to raise your consciousness to the ultra-potent mode of inner peace so as to bring about world peace and prosperity. The premise is that world peace and fortune are possible only when almost all individuals achieve it first, and not the other way around. The road to peace and prosperity is paved with virtues. Virtuology is a breakthrough way to help you excel, achieve your goals, overcome all challenges, make the right decisions, get the great ideas, find the best solutions and the correct answers, as well as create everything you need for lasting and complete joy, peace, and freedom. We will explain what Virtuology is in the next video, and here we explain what it does for you. Among many benefits, it will enable you to make a breakthrough to a new sublime level of existence. If you are a leader of a team or have children, Virtuology will assist you to virtuify them as well so that they may excel and achieve all their goals. Virtuology is the facilitator of virtuification. It is an empowering system facilitating you to activate and cultivate your virtues in order to raise your consciousness to the level where everything is possible. Virtuology stands for the idea that virtues are the means for excellence, charm, charisma, lasting success, happiness, wealth, health, growth, and progress. Virtuology will assure you that the degree of your well-being is in proportion to the degree to which you cultivate your virtues, as verified by the consciousness theorem. Virtues are key assets, while flaws are major liabilities, and Virtuology takes care of the suitable ratio between the two. Most self-development programs recycle the same old ideas, only repackaging them to fit the new times and different demographics. This is good because people need repetition for ideas to sink in and new angles on the old truths. However, this program is not one of those. Although it may not convey anything radically new, it does offer something unique, a new way of being in the world, a new frame of reference, a new conceptual framework. Virtuology is not about offering anything new, it is only concerned with what is true. But there might be some instances when the two converge. Some age-old truths might be articulated from a new perspective and in such a new way that speaks to you personally in a language beyond words, triggering new insights and reshuffling the old blocks of constructs, therewith increasing your inner clarity as a consequence of being receptive. Apart from being a power broker, Virtuology holds the potential to become a widely shared staple that fills a crucial gap in current scientific and spiritual publications. By making the relevant science easily accessible to the layperson, tying in the spiritual heritage and the power of virtues to provide the means for raising consciousness towards more wisdom, compassion, peace, freedom, and enlightenment, Virtuology is a major stepping stone on the path towards the unity of science and spirituality and the global shift in consciousness towards oneness. By integrating virtuology into your daily life, that is by virtuifying yourself consistently, you will feel amazing about yourself and highly optimistic about your life. You will be much happier, healthier, and more fulfilled. As you become increasingly cultured and learn to maintain light within yourself, even when darkness is all around you, with time you will experience all kinds of miracles, extraordinary twists of fate, mind-blowing coincidences, superb insights, astounding breakthroughs, incredible advances, mystifying solutions, miraculous recoveries, as well as greater sense of power, purpose, and freedom. You will raise your consciousness, raise your standards, uplift your spirit, set your hidden powers in motion, increase your worth, grow your ability to achieve all your goals, and soar to new heights. You will be empowered to fulfill your potential, triumph even amid setbacks, project a majestic presence and draw attention, receive great admiration and respect, realize your grand visions, attain impressive outcomes, come up with marvelous solutions, even do heroic acts, all while living a life of your choosing. You will be able to entice others and benefit from them without any manipulative persuasion techniques. Empowered with new tools, you will feel more confident, competent, capable, effective, and productive. You'll be much more successful in your career, and your impact will be greater than ever. You will find out how to unlock the great untapped reserves of innate power. By acting on your virtuology findings and virtuifying yourself, you'll get manifold results and propel your whole life onto a new advanced level with extraordinary privileges. When you begin applying the designated principles and embrace virtue-driven living, you will experience a breakthrough and have the benefit of achievements you may never have dreamed possible before. And the more you use the presented concepts, the better they will work for you. Your reality will become limited only by your imagination. This video series will show you how to transform yourself and your life, upgrade your existence, enrich your way of life, make major breakthroughs and progress, expand your horizons, achieve your meaningful objectives, and realize your full potential for success and happiness. No matter who you are or what your situation, you have within you right now the resources and the ability to heal, thrive, and prosper. You have the potential to greatly exceed all your previous accomplishments. With the empowering toolkit set out for you in this program, you can be, have, and do more than ever before. All you need to do is raise your consciousness to the modes of empowering virtues and act on your constructive impulses. Virtuology will empower you to rise above fear, anger, anxiety, and worry instantaneously. It will show you how to manage your thoughts and emotions and how to keep them upbeat all the time. This program provides a unique synthesis of ideas, methods, and tools brought together in one place for the first time in known history. These principles and practices have been verified by countless individuals across the ages whose great achievements are based on them. This means of success and happiness is so simple that it is overlooked by most people, especially by those who are accustomed to looking for the sources of their power outside themselves. Virtuology will help you harness the power of your virtues and raise your consciousness to the modes that make achieving all your goals effortless, easy, and simple. This is a great claim, one that we dare to live up to, and one that is confirmed over and over by those who put it in practice. This program is not going to do anything for you if you expect it to reinforce your current beliefs. The only way you can make progress and breakthrough in life is to break through your current state. For that, you need to challenge your current beliefs rather than reinforce them, since they are the drive. Thereby, you may find some assumptions probed, some cliches punctured, some commonly used terms redefined, and some unusual perspectives explored. Therefore, if something here challenges your views, rather than taking an opposing stand, open your mind and heart to it. You don't have to accept everything, but don't let anything stand in the way of you harnessing the power of virtues, because the whole point of this program is to get you to activate and cultivate your innate virtues for the sake of fulfilling your potential so that you can shine and thrive. Never forget that underlying intention behind all the narratives. Most people are skeptical and have trust issues, especially when a program starts with a grand and seemingly haughty claim. So why would this time be different? Because we expose the debilitating effects of the skeptical attitude, and at the risk of sounding like a cliché, because this program is a great eye-opener. You will fully grasp what that means only after you read it through. Soon enough, you will find out how skepticism ranks below the power threshold between the positive and negative, constructive and destructive, true and false values on the scale of consciousness. You will realize that skepticism is a flaw rather than virtue, destructive rather than constructive. However, it might be a useful feature for the people whose consciousness is pretty low, because their usual modes are lower than skepticism, so it would mean progress. Anything higher than their usual modes of consciousness is good for them, especially when they didn't develop the sensibilities for distinguishing truth from lies and therefore need to be skeptical. According to the law of causality and karma, people who often tell lies naturally reap lies, which is why they need to be distrustful. However, this is not a way to live for those who wish to thrive. If you approach this program with an open mind rather than a narrow mind, you will find out how to develop the ability to tell truth from lies and the virtues of honesty, after which skepticism will become redundant. Virtuology is not a mere collection of information or features to be either believed or not, but rather a mediator for a breakthrough. It offers no teachings, but unique, transformational, and liberating experiences whereby solemn thoughts turn into solemn manifestations. The exquisite spirit of this program will override most, if not all, your self-sabotaging notions and empower you to make a true breakthrough in life. The only thing you need to promise to yourself for this program to work for you is to read it thoroughly till the end, with as little judgments as possible, putting your ego aside. Whenever an objection arises in your mind, just ask yourself a simple question. Is this coming from my ego or my soul? The answer is usually obvious. If you ever wondered why certain people who seem to be far less knowledgeable and skillful than you get ahead, whereas you don't, Virtuology provides not only the answer to that, but also a sure means to shift that for you. It is very important to acknowledge the fact that if your present wisdom has not made you shine and thrive, there must be something not quite right with it. This program will offer you some insights that might be against your good judgment, but here lies the key. You need to accept any challenge of your beliefs, knowing that if your present line of thinking didn't bring you overall success and satisfaction so far, naturally it won't do it from now on either. Thus you need to be open to new ideas to expand and raise your consciousness. An elevation of your consciousness and expansion of your awareness of the workings of life not only allows but demands a recontextualization of your worldview, a paradigm shift. Implications of new insights require a revision of older beliefs to allow a broader perspective. Though it may cause some intellectual stress, such scientific recontextualization of your attitude and behavior can expose the basic structures that underlie your problems, thereby revealing their solutions. The way to make a shift in life is to make a shift in perception. That is a key thing you need to do. With a new perception, you will be naturally inspired to take new, effortless action that will not feel as work, but as going with the flow. Virtuology is all about that, raising your consciousness to the modes of virtues that work for you. Allow your inborn virtues to work for you. This program is meant to provide you with aha moments that will raise your modes of consciousness higher and higher. The higher your consciousness is, the more pleasant your experience of living will be. Your pleasure level is your barometer of how high your consciousness is, so use that to measure your progress at times. As a Latin proverb claims, repetitio est mater studiorum, repetition is the mother of learning. Therefore, don't get annoyed when we play the same tune over and over, because it is meant to make a strong imprint on your subconscious mind. The easiest way to grasp a new concept is by familiarity. We will circle around the same concepts over and over until they are obvious and familiar. Each time we return to an idea with a new spin on it, greater comprehension will occur and a new insight might spark a profound effect on you. This kind of learning is like surveying new terrain in an airplane. On the first pass, it may look foreign. The second time around, you spot some points of reference. The third time, it starts to make sense, and you finally gain familiarity through recurrent exposure. The innate pattern recognition mechanism of the mind takes care of the rest, such as your tendencies. This video series on the Virtuology is the first station on this virtue-driven journey, for which we equip you with further mighty tools. However insightful and effective this preliminary is, the juice is in the video series on virtuification that come after it, because they delve into the actual subject of particular virtues and so transport you to ever higher modes of consciousness that bestow many wonderful rewards. In this frontrunner video series on Virtuology, we can only touch on some virtues briefly, whereas in the separate videos we explore them to the depths that enable you to the transformation beyond your imagination. You need not commit yourself to the whole series right now, because the results you achieve with the basics presented here will be the drive for even greater results, which you can achieve after you advance on this exciting venture. There are mainly two ways you can approach this content, as anything else in life: allowing it or resisting it. If you are in one of those moods in which you are prone to look for what is wrong with the world, including with this program, then you are in resisting mode and not fit to take advantage of what we are offering. If you are downright skeptical, critical, ungrateful, or approaching this with any other ego-driven attitude, you won't be able to benefit from it. If you tend to resist anything that conflicts with your beliefs, even if they are useless, you shouldn't waste your time on this. Rather, do something better with your time and come back, if you want, when you are in allowing mode, because only then can this content serve you. If you would like us to serve you in any way, you need to allow it. You can bring yourself into allowing mode of consciousness by evoking any of the virtues in you, such as open-mindedness, trustfulness, faith, love, inner peace, compassion, tolerance, etc. As you probably know, people of a different caliber or different levels of consciousness have different tastes and interests, so no program can serve everyone, including this one. Depending on where you are on your development journey, and depending on how much you are driven by your ego or your soul, you alone determine the value of this program for you. The beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Ugliness too. It is up to you whether you perceive value in something valuable or not. Most of this program's contents might suit your taste, but there might come also parts that may shake you to the core and be contrary to your current beliefs, hence difficult to accept. Instead of rejecting such parts, as usual, in such instances, we invite you to put inside your ego and raise your consciousness to some positive mode, such as openness, understanding, tolerance, goodwill, optimism, thoughtfulness, consideratedness, respectfulness, permissiveness, or trust, while knowing that the intention behind it all is well-meaning. This way you raise your consciousness to ultimately achieve inner peace, freedom, prosperity, and general well-being. One of this program's objectives is to make the simple obvious. It can be complicated to explain that which is simple. Because this subject matter is extraordinarily simple, it is difficult to present it in a world enamored of complexity. However, despite your eventual mistrust of simplification and confidence in sophistication, we will indeed simplify many complex scientific findings on the subject of virtues. The path to prosperity and general well-being is quite simple, so simple that it's hard to describe it to the mind that is disposed to complicate things under the influence of mumbo-jumbo and own ego. In reality, there's really no path as such, but we have to call it that way to make it understandable to an average mind, which thinks in linear terms. In that sense, Virtuology is here to show you the way to lasting prosperity and general well-being, which is paid with virtues and so requires you to virtuify yourself, to raise your consciousness with virtues. Mahatma Gandhi said, "There is no way to peace, there is only peace." Likewise, there is no way to any other virtues since they are already here in us all. Moreover, we can also say for well-being that there is no actual way to it. Well-being is our natural state of being. If there is such thing as a path to prosperity and general well-being, then it is from there to here, and not vice versa. On this supposed journey, we do not learn, but unlearn, letting go and getting rid of all the unnecessary mental and emotional baggage. It is about returning to our original, authentic, natural state. The path to prosperity is not a straight line, but a full circle. For adults, it is a return or homecoming, and for children and the young, it is a round trip, so to speak. Most people need to go through the whole cycle, several stages of self-development before they are fit to embrace fortune. Theoretically, it is possible to simply enjoy the well-being here and now, but in practice, it is more complex if you allow your ego to govern your reason, distorting your worldview and your reality. The path to prosperity begins with having the courage to take responsibility for your life, followed by raising own awareness and consciousness, cultivating other virtues, and overcoming your own flaws. If you don't live in prosperity, it means you live in a delusion. Delusions prevent you from fulfilling your potential. They give you excuses and justifications for maintaining flaws, shortcomings, and weaknesses. They convince you that virtues are not worth it, that they don't put food on the table, and other crazy stuff. Use your innate virtues to free yourself from your delusions, and you will easily remove your flaws and weaknesses, which are the obstacles on the path to prosperity. Your fears, excuses, rationalizations, justifications, and such are fictions you perceive as reality. Choose to see through them, to see that they are junk files and faulty registry entries. Choose to let them go and to optimize your drive. You are the creator of your reality. With that empowerment comes complete responsibility. As indicated, the path to well-being begins with taking responsibility for one's own life, so we have incorporated that virtue in part into this first series. Enjoy!